Good morning. I'm back again. I have some Bruce for you this morning, talking about human touch, right? The need we have to be with another person. The need for touch is so human, it's amazing. And as a cuddlist, this is what we're all about, human touch. So in 2017, you have the opportunity with cuddlists like myself. I'm Janet Trevino. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and I welcome you to join me in a session in San Antonio if you're near or if you would like to fly in and see me. And so here we are talking about the importance of cuddling, what we do for a living, and how all of this can make you a better person in a relationship in this new year. I have 3 different ways in which this can really change the way you live, change the way that you relate with others, and also at the end I have a challenge for you. So if you can stick around, I hope this won't last too long. We can learn a lot about ourselves and learn about why it's so important that we have this very simple and basic need met. So here we go. Number 1, slowing down. So what a cuddlist provides is a safe container, a very brave container for you to what I consider kind of like touch meditation. So often we're told to meditate and to go on your own and close your eyes and really concentrate and think about nothing, right? But we weren't created to be alone. We were created to be with each other. We were created to have this interaction that's so human and amazing. And so coming to a cuddlist like myself allows you to kind of find yourself in a different world, in a space where you're just slowing down. There's nothing else that matters in the world but you and each other. And it allows for you to let go of the performance and the high expectation in this high-paced world and the pressure. There is so much pressure. We wake up thinking of all the things that we need to do. We run to work. We're running late. We're drinking coffee just to be able to make it. Then we get there and it's performance and it's bosses and it's coworkers that piss us off, right? Like it's all this pressure. And then we come home, for a lot of us, if we live with other people, and conflict and drama or with friends, and it never ends. It never, if you put yourself in that world, it never ends. So what cuddling provides is an opportunity for you to slow down, get in touch with who you are, that human touch that allows us to just be present in the moment. It's like a meditation. For many people, I have them come to me and they just say, I just like to be quiet for an hour. And it's their time to breathe, to realize who they are, to realize what they want in life, to find themselves again, and to realize that we're not alone. Even in this high rush of life that we live, we find that in the end we feel so lonely. It's because we haven't had that touch, that meaningful moment where we slow down. So again, coming for a session with a cuddlist, we have cuddlists all over the world coming to us, and to be able to do that with another person that's safe, that again, we don't expect anything from you. There's no pressure to perform, to do anything other than just be yourself and be with us and let us do the rest of the work. So, all right, what else does cuddling do? How can cuddling change your life, right? Because we live in this rush, and because I have clients that work 8 to 10 hours, they come and see me afterwards. And again, the exhaustion of life. Point number 2 is it helps also to improve the mental and physical health. So after a long day, you feel lost, you feel tired, exhausted, and you think, why would I want to go spend time with another person? But this is your time for you to come and to boost your immunity, because touch and cuddling is essential for better health, and you can't be a better partner if you're not healthy yourself. So people with depression, people that have other mental health issues, physical health, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all the things that really are effects of high stress and bad nutrition and all of the things, because we're rushing, right? Because we're trying to keep up. Cuddling allows you to get in touch with yourself, to bring that blood pressure down, to build your immunity, to decrease the stress, right? The control those free radicals that are going through your body and really destroying our bodies. It allows you to start rebuilding, to calming and lowering inflammation, and then rebuilding your health. And you can't be in a good relationship if you're constantly your alarms are all going off in your body and you're stressed. So I do have clients that come and they say they feel the effects, if not hours, days after a session. So they have maybe an hour or two with me, and the euphoria they feel afterwards lasts for the rest of the day. Later in the evening, or sometimes in the afternoon, but if they come in the morning, of course, they crash. And I tell them after a session that it's possible that if you haven't been sleeping well, that if you haven't been taking care of yourself, your body will tell you. It will tell you, hey, I need some care now. And they sleep better after a session with me than they have in years. I have clients that have PTSD, and again, they've had night terrors, and they just always are on the edge, you know. And after a session, they say that they've never felt so great. And so I personally don't have the science to understand how that happens, but it just reminds me again that we're not alone, that we need each other, and that this bond that we have with one another is essential for our health. So the first thing I said is cuddling can make you a better person because it slows you down, allows you to concentrate, think about who you are and who you want to be in the world and to be in that relationship. The way that it helps you be a better person in a relationship is to mental health and physical health. So you have to be well before you can be in a relationship and have a healthy, successful relationship. And number 3, this one I could do hundreds of videos on. It's learning about yourself and about another person intimately. What do you like? So often, you know, when we begin a session, I'll ask, you know, how would you like to receive touch? How would you like to begin our session? And in the beginning, before I gave them homework, of course, they were like, I don't know what I want. And so now I've learned how to give them resources. So your Cuddlist hopefully will provide resources for you that will help you figure out what is it that you would like to try. And there's nothing that's wrong. Like, you can't get this wrong. You can say, I'd like to try spooning, which is a very classic position, I guess. And so you hate it, right? And so, wow, you learn something about yourself. You learn you hate spooning, that you like other positions. And so you begin to experiment. And again, there's no pressure. And you can always change your mind in a session, so you can try different things. And you learn then also what other person likes. So then I am able to share, I like to do this and do that. And there's communication. So then building on that, you learn more about yourself and what you like. You learn how to communicate and ask for what you want, which is, again, something that we don't learn in our relationships and in our society. We don't know how to ask our partners, hey, could you just hold me tighter? Wow. What a world if we could just say, could you, can you play with my hair? I have clients tell me that there hasn't been someone to touch their hair in decades. And I'm thinking, well, it's true. None of us touch each other's hair. We don't, we need to ask, of course, if you do touch someone's hair, but to just have that freedom to say, hey, would you give me a head rub? Or would you just massage my hands? And so then we learn to give and receive in cuddling. We learn to communicate. We learn how to be intimate in ways we haven't been intimate in a very long time. Often when we're children, they ask for what they want and they just say, hey, let's, give me a hug, mommy or daddy or sister or brother or whatever. And, the kids are just so more free to ask for what they want, but somehow we lose that. We lose that ability to be that intimate, right? That vulnerable. And so I think learning all these things, good communication, learning who you are, learning how to work with another person, learning how to be intimate, and learning how to be vulnerable, because all of these things together create a vulnerability that's essential in a relationship that allows you to, again, to slow down, to take care of your health, to be a better partner, and then to be vulnerable and to share how you feel. People tell me that in one session they've been able to work through so many more issues than they have in years in counseling. Now, I don't know how they measure that, but there's something about memory in the body, in our skin, and when we touch someone's skin, the thoughts, all of the memories flood to their mind, and they start talking, and they start saying things that they never thought, like wow, I haven't thought of that in a long time. Why is that? It's because we carry our stories in our bodies. And so when you do talk therapy, you don't have that touch. You don't have the way to access those stories. And so when you have touch and then you start to feel, because it's impossible not to feel something in a session, and then you start sharing, they're able to work through stuff. And then, of course, I'm here to compassionately listen. So all of these things help you work through things to be a better person in your relationship. It's powerful. Going to a Cuddlist can be one of the best decisions that you could make this year. It's, we were relatively new. We've been in business for over a year. I have been working in San Antonio for the last half of the year, and we're excited to service you, to be able to have you have this experience and have you be the best person you could be. So what's the challenge? I have a challenge for you all. Again, it's very simple. We've seen people give free hugs, we watch those videos, and I encourage you to go up to someone that you know would appreciate a hug. You know those people out there in the world who love hugging, and they're usually the ones that are offering them. How about you? How about you see someone in your world today and ask them, would you like a hug? And then here's the second part of the challenge. This is actually the harder part. Often when we give a hug, we know who lets go first, right? Especially with our kids, I've noticed this, that, when I give my child a hug, I'm busy, I got things to do. Offer them a hug, and don't let go until they let go. And notice how long it takes. Sometimes they know right away, because it's kind of awkward and it's vulnerable, right? So just hold until you feel them release, and then you release. Try not to rush through that. Imagine what you're doing. You're slowing down. You're helping them as you're helping yourself. You're helping them with their mental and physical health too. If you hold a hug for 20 seconds or more, that's when oxytocin kicks in, and then those health benefits begin. So just see, maybe if you're the kind of person that's really busy in your mind, count how long will that hold, and see if you can build that over time with people. If you share them this challenge, like, hey, could I offer you a hug for 20 seconds, and then count and be playful and count together, whatever it is that you need. If you find all this kind of hard and you'd like to start with a Cuddlist, please come and find us at Cuddlist.com. And when you do that, look for your city, find a Cuddlist, look in your city, who's the nearest person, come visit us. And if you're kind of frightened or fearful of like, oh gosh, I don't want to cuddle with someone, it's not even so much about cuddling, it's about touch. So I've had an hour session of just holding someone's hand and just giving them arm caresses, and that's legit. Like, that's enough. That's a place to begin. You don't have to do, imagine like whole body hugs. It's simple. And then we work our way up if that's what you desire or not. So I think that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Thank you so much for joining me. And this time we'll be here every Friday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern Standard, and I guess in California and all those on the West Coast, 7 a.m. Wake up. And we'll talk soon. Love y'all. Bye.